Together with his friends and Ramon, he ventured into the unknown, deeper and deeper into the desert, into that sea of stone and sand.
Where are we?
A watering point in the middle of the desert.
Watering point?
Yes. On a caravan road, there are stores of water at regular intervals. The caravan leaders get them filled when they pass by on the route.
How practical.
There's water in many places in the desert. For example, look at that termite hill over there.
Really? Do the termites gather water?
You could put it that way. If you eat enough termites, you certainly won't die of thirst.
Venerable Emir?
Yes, my young friend.
We're first heading for the temple ruins, where we'll look for the map room, which is supposed to contain directions to Zerzura.
That shouldn't be too difficult.
After that, we'll deal with the key fragments, or the other way round.
Good plan. Always one step at a time.
I'll look around.
Yes, do that.
A family from Zerzura supposedly found refuge in the mountains. Perhaps they know something that can help us. The old Zerzurian was certainly convinced of it. We mustn't forget to pass on his good wishes. I don't have anything to ask the Emir at the moment. I don't have anything to ask. Hello, Raffi.
Hey, Theodorus, what's the plan?
These key fragments. Have you any ideas about where we should start looking?
I'd do it like the Inquisitor. Just ask the Zerzurians, without chaining them up, of course.
But Ramon and the others knew nothing.
One of them, at least, knew where more Zerzurians are to be found, right?
True. He drew it on the map.
They all want to return to Zerzura. It's in their interest that the key fragments are reunited, so we're doing them a favor.
See you later.
Yes.
Ramon?
Yes, brother?
What do these key fragments look like?
Do you remember the artifact made of crystal?
The one that got you arrested?
That was one of the key fragments.
Stay strong, brother.
I'll do my best.
Jamila? Find Zerzura, look for the key fragments. Which should we start with and where?
I'd get the directions to Zerzura from the old temple ruins first. They don't seem to be too far away. And perhaps we'll find a clue as to the location of the key fragments there.
I'll have another look around.
You do that.
Jugs full of water. What a blessing. The Emir says there are many stations like this on caravan roads. I'll take a jug with me. I'll return it full at the next stop. There are a few stones piled up here. Why not take one for a change? My tools should be in the bag. The floor here is very solid. but there are loose, sandy areas here and there. I've already got more than enough in my bag. But what the hell? I don't have anything to ask the Amy. There. Someone's lying there.
That's a Spanish soldier. He looks injured.
But there's no blood. Could it be a trap?
I don't think so. The way he's breathing, and look how pale he is. He looks really ill.
Help me.
What's wrong with you?
I can't breathe. These cramps.
What's wrong with him?
Cramps? Difficulty breathing?
Sounds like poisoning.
You lot are never out on your own. Where are your comrades? And what are you doing here?
There were two of us. Javier is still inside. I had to get out. Needed air.
He shouldn't talk so much. It only strains him more.
Well, come on. Let's have a look inside. Perhaps his compañero can tell us more.
Wait, we have to help him here, otherwise he'll die.
I think he looks as though he's already over the worst.
He must be thirsty. A sip of water certainly wouldn't do him any harm.
Give me that, I'll do it. Go and look for the other one, before he causes us any trouble.
Good.
But don't touch anything, do you hear?
That must be Javier, the one the soldier spoke about. He's dead. Wasn't as lucky as his friend outside. Oh, there's a scroll tucked into his belt.
People, I've just found out that the Inquisitor sent these soldiers to look for 3 fragments of the key. Did you hear? 3!
That sounds manageable.
Did the soldier tell you that? Who knows if it's true?
Sure enough, it was the last thing he said before he died.
What? He's dead?
Just as dead as his mate here.
So we've now got 2 dead soldiers. This one died more quickly. The other one at least made it outside.
But I don't understand. How is that possible? He didn't look like he was on his last legs.
He just couldn't breathe anymore. I recognize this from a certain contact poison that's used in pharaoh tombs.
Contact poison?
It paralyzes the muscles. Once you've touched it, you can never get rid of it. It eats through your body until you suffocate feebly. No matter how little of the stuff you get on you. Yes.
That's terrible.
By Allah, that really isn't a nice way to go.
And the less poison you touch, the more agonizing it is, because then it just takes longer.
I need fresh air.
The poison is probably stuck to the statues. I hope you haven't touched anything in here.
No, and I won't touch anything in here either. I'll keep guard outside.
You better go out and wait until Raffi and I have had a look around.
No, I'll help you. Just let me sit down for a bit, then I'll be fine again.
No, Ramon, don't touch anything, and don't lean or sit on anything. It really would be better if you went out now.
Perhaps you're right. Just a quick rest.
This much is sure. If the poison is a trap that's supposed to keep us away from something, then we're quite close.
Every trap conceals a clue. If we find out which of the statues is not poisoned,
then we've got access to the map room. Are those Egyptian hieroglyphs?
Yes, but you can't read them all anymore. It says, even if war defeats the false lord, none who are unknowing should find the White City, dedicated to those who in each of the 31 years built 5 statues. Only the first of the last 24 points the way.
Hello, Raffi.
Hey, Theodorus, what's the plan?
How do we find out which statue is free of poison without touching it?
By making others touch it.
What do you mean?
Well, we could throw a couple of desert foxes at the statues, and then wait and see what happens.
Huh? Where are we going to find that many desert foxes? We need one for each statue.
I was only joking, Feodorus. But I'll never get tired of watching you and your little inventor's brain contemplating any old nonsense.
I guess that this scroll can tell us which is the right statue.
Yes. Sometimes I think that the Egyptians only built these really complicated constructions so they had a reason to paint their pictures.
See you later.
Yes.
That seems to be a kind of translation of Egyptian number symbols. Water uncovers the secret of the rocks. As long as I don't have to talk to him, I'd prefer to leave it. The same symbols written on the plinth are the same as those on the scroll. That's going to help me. That's one of countless statues. It says Well, if it's the wrong statue, then I'm about to find out. That's the statue that should open up the way into the map room. There has to be something in the plinth. The front side of it can be pushed in, but I can't do it alone. Hello, Raffi.
Hey, Theodorus, what's the plan?
Help me, Raffi.
Have you touched the slab already? How do you feel?
Good. I'm absolutely sure it's the right one. Now give me a hand.
We can't do it like this. If we had some oil or another lubricant, then perhaps...
Can you give me a hand again, Raffi?
That's not going to work. If we had some...
See you later.
Yes. I'm nipping into the city. Wait here. I'll go and see what the mood is like.
I wonder if the guards in the prison have been found yet.
I hope so for their sake. They have been locked in there for several days.
They don't deserve any better.
We should go and see if they're all right. Maybe bring them water.
Save yourself the trouble. They've been found, and their dead commander, too.
Oh, dear. Perhaps we should have hidden him.
That might have been better. Either way, we certainly can't go into the city anymore. Now we're wanted for murder.
Damn!
We don't want to go back to Tripoli anyway. So who cares?
Jamila's right. Let's move on.
Yes, come on, Feodor. It was going to happen sooner or later. We're no longer the honest citizens we once were.
I know. Greetings.
Take your time to look at everything. My goods are of the finest quality.
What's that lovely smelling soap you've got there?
It's the latest blend on the soap market. It's just come in. Made from aloe vera. Here, have a go with it. I'm thinking you could certainly use some.
Adios.
May the sun be with you.
He died in misery. I wouldn't wish a death like this on my worst enemy. The soldiers were prepared for a long stay. There's a long rope lying here. I'll take that. That's how I make the soap smaller. Hello, Raffi.
Hey, Theodorus, what's the plan?
Raffi, let's try again.
Yes, now it's starting to move.
So let's
I'll
see.
tell the others.
The map room. Look here. A huge relief map.
Ugh, it smells as though generations of rats have died and been reborn here.
Ah, you could be right. Who knows how long this room has been sealed? Ramon, come here. You have to see this.
I'm coming.
This relief here must be the map. There are distinctive points engraved in it.
A statue. Mountains.
The statue could be the temple that we're in right now.
Exactly. And there's Mount Sababa. There's a river, and there, the sea.
Yes. Strange. And what's this bird in the sea?
That's the symbol for Zerzura. But that can't be right. Zerzura is in the middle of the desert, not in the sea.
Perhaps you're just looking for the wrong city. Not Zerzura, but Atlantis. No wonder no one can find it.
Perhaps the sea is also just a symbol for the endless breadth of the desert.
There seems to be something else engraved next to the bird. It could be the symbol for distance.
Really? I'll tie the rope here.
Good idea. Make sure that you can't find Zerzura itself on the map.
Zerzura has to be there. Look here. In the southeast, Zerzura must be right there.
There's a range of black rocky mountains there. There's supposed to be an old monastery nearby.
A monastery in the middle of the desert?
It's an old pilgrim site, about 2 days' march from here.
Now I understand what the Inquisitor meant. I heard him talking about an old pilgrim site when I was in prison. That must have been the monastery.
For sure. Southeast is also the direction he is supposed to have taken.
What is he doing in the monastery? Does he hope to find the missing fragments of the key there?
Possibly. And if the thing about the mountains is true, then he's also quite close to Zerzura.
Zerzura is actually supposed to be surrounded by mountains.
Then the city must be easy to find? And perhaps we don't need the pieces of the key at all. We'll just climb over the walls, or abseil down from one of the mountains.
If it were that easy, then the Inquisitor would have been in there ages ago. Right, Ramon?
Yes, the pieces of the key don't just open the gate. They ensure that Zerzura can be found in the first place. Without the complete key, the city remains hidden to those searching.
Oh, mystical. That really pushes the prices up.
What are you talking about? We are not making this journey in order to plunder the city.
I don't intend to, but a tiny little brick as a souvenir, or a prong from the Queen's crown, that's fair enough, isn't it?
Don't you dare!
Ramon, calm down.
Ah!
You mustn't get all wound up. Raffi didn't mean it like that, right, Raffi?
Right. I'm crawling through the desert on my last legs, purely out of friendship.
There'll be something or other in it for you. Now pull yourself together and behave like a nice person for a change.
Like you mean? First, I'll have to fall in love with a smart talker from Barcelona.
Don't talk rubbish.